Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be going over a battery tester. This is the Midtronics DSS-5000 battery tester. The reason why I got this battery tester is because I take care of approximately 20 automotive batteries on my property. So this battery tester, I figured I'd invest in it. This is a machine that actually it consists of several portions here. The first portion here is the tablet. The tablet runs an Android operating system, and it also consists of the actual tester unit itself right here with the cables. And then on top of that, all of this sits inside of a charging base. I have that at another place, but basically to take the tablet off of the tester portion, you just do this, and it comes off. So when this part comes off, this part here is connected to the tablet via Bluetooth, and it also has a printer built in right here to actually print out the results. So if you have this underneath the hood connected to the battery, you can stand away from the tester with the tablet. And also here is the amp clamp. So this tester not only tests batteries, but it also tests the starting system of a vehicle. So you could put this over one of the cables. I think it wants it to be over the negative cable, and it will actually determine once you crank the engine how many amps are being pulled from the starter, and it'll determine whether or not that's actually normal or not, depending on the condition of the starter and the condition of the wiring, etc. And then this portion right here is the wireless convergence module. It's got a OBD2 port on it, so if you need to program or read information off of the car's OBD2 computer, you can just plug this in, and it wirelessly talks to the tablet as well. So for the most part, it's a pretty simple setup. You just press the button here, and it comes on. Then you just select a user, and when it comes up, you have several menu options. So one of the neat things about this is that the clamps and the cable can be read with the digital multimeter. So I can go to any of these modes just as if I had a digital multimeter, and it'll display the results here. So I'm going to go back. So in the majority of cases, I don't use the in-vehicle test, but the in-vehicle test would actually test each component of the car's electrical system to see, based on the amp clamp, how many amps are being drawn, and plus a test of the vehicle itself, or the battery itself. And then the out-of-vehicle test is the test that I mostly use, since most of the batteries are being used on vehicles that I'm not really trying to test the electrical system. I'm just trying to test the battery itself. So we'll go over and take a look at what it looks like once we hook it up. So first you're going to start by hooking up the unit to this E42. I did accidentally leave the key on and ran the battery down, so I just got finished charging the battery up. So hopefully the battery is still good. I think it is, but we're going to test it just to kind of double check and make sure it's still good. It should be. It's only 3 years old, so we're going to see what happens here. So first we'll start by just taking the tablet off. And now that the tablet is out of the way, we'll go ahead and hook the back of the unit up to the battery posts. And it has its own batteries inside. It's separate from the tablet, so I'm going to go ahead and hook those up. And the negative. Okay. So first thing it does is boots up, and I don't know why it did that, but now it's going to start doing its own test before I even use the tablet. So now when I go back to the tablet, I can hit out of vehicle test. And I can put in here, now it's connecting via Bluetooth to the tablet. And now I'm going to type in the information about the battery. So on the battery it says 650 cold cranking amps. So I'm going to just select here and type 650 and hit done. And that's pretty much it. Right now it's actually doing its own test before I even finish this. So it checks using an internal heater here actually to determine the actual load, like put a simulated load on the battery. Right here is saying what the voltage is right now. So I'm going to hit next. I'm going to say units, unavailable, next. Now it's asking me to point at the battery. Yes, it's actually 90 degrees out here. So I'm going to do that. If I can get a good picture. And now it's doing a test. Okay. So it's saying right now that the voltage is 13.2 volts. It measured 690 cold cranking amps, but the battery technically is rated at 650 cold cranking amps because that's what's on the battery. So far, it shows that the battery is good. And it says the battery meets or exceeds required standards. Test again in 90 days or at next service opportunity. So it will say different things based on what it determines, based on its testing that it does. So now if I wanted to, and it says here the battery has sufficient reserve capacity. So now if I wanted to, I can hit send results. And if I want, I can email or print it. So usually in a situation like this, I'll just go ahead and print it. And it'll connect and send it to the printer. So it's reading from the tester and it's sending information back to the tester. So that's pretty much it. I don't know what that is on the top there. But yep. So now if I wanted to, I could just stick that on the battery. And then when I come out next time, I can see over time what the reading was from the last time I tested it. So it's pretty good, you know. Like I say, now that it's still hooked up, if I wanted to, I can hit digital multimeter and hit voltage. And sometimes it takes a minute to connect, but I think it'll work. Once it actually connects, it's pretty instant. So as you can see, it's 13.2 volts. So let me see if the temperature part works. Yep. So it's a pretty good, thing. Like I say, I like the fact that I can print it and then put it on there. I can hit history and see all of the different vehicles. And you can type VIN numbers in here as well when you do the in-vehicle test. So when you do the test, you still can store data about the vehicle as well. So yeah, it's pretty good. Like I say, once I'm done, I just put it back on the tester and move on to the next vehicle. So that's pretty good. I like it. Like I said, it's worth it to be able to accurately test everything as much as possible and be able to condemn a battery if necessary before it actually gives me any major problems. So that's pretty much it.